Hello, hello, hello. This is the Lichtman Live post show, the greatest post show that's ever existed on the face of planet Earth. No one's ever proven me otherwise, to be honest. You know, it's like I'm waiting for someone to try to prove me that, but no one's done it. Hello, trolls. Hello, Vonda T. Hey, we are live. Vladimir, nice to see you. Michael Yu, nice to see you. Alex Blanco says, hi, Sam. Do you know when your dad will do a 28 candidates list for the 28 presidential election? No, I do not. But that's not a bad idea for a video in the future. Good day, Spencer Arno. Hello, we are one voice. Cynthia says, my favorite cereal is Cinnamon Life with slimly sliced bananas. What is Cinnamon Life? Is that like Cinnamon Toast Crunch? Hello, Obsidian Knight. Obsidian Knight says, Andy Bashir, 28. Our future president, President Khalidi, is back on the post show. Nice to have you, President Khalidi. I got my hair cleaned up a little bit. If you haven't been following the whole hair arc, but if you have, got it cleaned up a little bit. Kyle Fishman is here. Do you think Trump will die? I don't know. I have no idea. I'm not a doctor. You've never heard of Life cereal? Oh, maybe I have heard of Life cereal, yeah. It's just a cinnamon of Life cereal, gotcha. Hello, Orion Nebula. Hello, Suzanne AP. So, President Khalidi, when you run, how will we know it's you? Are you going to run is your last name Khalidi? So as soon as we see like some guy named Khalidi running for president, we'll know it's you? Or what? How's that going to work exactly? You know what I mean? Thank you, Michelle Martinez, for becoming a member. I think your dad will be 100 years old. I sure hope so. Vonda's T says, I'm so stressed out. Why are you so stressed out, Vonda? Vonda T, you need to take some stress out of your life. You need to be more nice. You need to chill out. You need to chill out. Why don't you go out? And why don't you chill out? Sam, loaded question, but who do you think your mom or your dad would be a better president? That is a loaded question. Honestly, I think my mom, she's a little bit more made for politics. She's a little bit more tough and ready to rumble, you know? My dad's more of a brain. My mom is more of a political leader, in my opinion. But I think they'd both be great. Sam, I want to play T, Truth, or Y, Tyranny with DHS, Victories of the Week. I'm not exactly sure what you're saying. I want to play T or Y with DHS, Victories of the Week. President Clinton says, I'm very popular at my school. Well, You might need to take a piece of humble pie, President Kalidi, okay? Is it okay to eat a meatball sub while driving? I've argued with my friends about this. I say no, you can't eat a meatball sub while driving. My friend says it's possible. I believe I believe it's possible. I wouldn't advise it. It's too messy. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Way too messy. Sherry says, hair looks good, Sam. Nice fades on the sides. You get a mullet shape in the back. No, I just got a full. It was kind of like just turning into, I look like a porcupine. Like, since I shaved it all one level, it just started growing out like, woof. So I just did, a clean up, fade on the sides and on the back, and pretty much kept the top as is. The Superman and Fantastic Four is good. I haven't seen Fantastic Four. I have seen Superman. I enjoyed it. I thought it was fun. It didn't blow me away. The plot was a little simple, but I really enjoyed the characters. I really enjoyed the acting, and I just had a good time. Was it woke in any way? No, I don't think so. I think it's just right wingers just grasping at straws. I don't think it was woke at all. I mean, the overall plot was just about another country invading a poorer country. I mean, is that woke? I don't think so. It just is. That happens in the world. The MVP is Mr. Terrific. I agree, Michael. He was also, I left the theater and I saw with my parents, I said, you know who my favorite character was? Mr. Terrific. He was really good. What's the best political film you can think of? All the President's Men. Promoting kindness is woke in today's landscape. Yeah, it's like, that's bullshit. Being kind is just a basic human personality trait that we should all strive for. Agree with Dr. Allan Lichtman about Scientocracy not being a feasible form of government. Krypton had that, and we know what happened there. That is true. Krypton did kind of have a Scientocracy. Yeah, and that didn't seem to go very well. Philip H. missed the show. Damn, Philip. You're one of our most loyal homies. Maybe the most loyal. Kind, undocumented immigrant fighting an envious corporate billionaire does not sit well with the right. Yeah, I guess so. Again, these things just seem like basic human personality traits. Like, hey, be kind, and like, a evil rich person is not good. It's like, that's woke. Krypton exploded. Was that the Kryptonian scientist's fault? Well, isn't the whole idea that like Spider-Man's dad is the only one of like the science council that was like, hey, the Krypton is about to explode, and the rest of the scientists were like, no, that's not going to happen, and then it did. So whose personality of your parents are you most similar with? That's interesting. I don't think I have a personality similar to either of them, honestly. Also, Israel hating on Superman is a self-admission to the things they do. That's honestly not a bad point. And that's the thing. It's like, I don't even know. I mean, this movie just came out, but I'm assuming James Gunn wrote this before October 7th, before Israel really hit the headlines in that sense. To me, it seemed more just like maybe it was pulling a little bit from the Israel-Palestine conflict, a little bit from Russia-Ukraine, and just generally from geopolitics, generally speaking. I mean, it's fairly common for powerful countries to F over their less affluent neighbors, you know? But that's an argument for the scientist because Jor-El, being a scientist, saved Kal-El's life. But they had a scientocracy, and still they effed up. It was only one scientist in that science council who was right or took the impending doom seriously. Trump effectively wants to make all Americans religious again because he's gutting the Department of Education, cracking down on public media, and ending efforts to fight climate change. You are correct, President Khalidi. You are a smart man or woman or person. I don't know what you are. Trump is exactly like Lex Luthor. He even became president in the comics. I'm not sure about the movies. I don't watch them. I don't know the comics super well, so I'll take your word for it. At least in this movie, well, I don't want to spoil it actually. Obsidian Knight says Trump wants America to worship him over all else. That I think you're onto something. Thank you, Limited Life. Brutal almost rhymes with beautiful. Big brutal Bill. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's not Trump undermining these institutions. It's the Heritage Foundation and Miller. Trump doesn't give an F as long as he gets his. Yeah, I agree with that. I believe most of the policy is being directed to him. And again, as long as he gets his rocks off, he's fine following whatever right-wing policy they put in front of him. Do you think we are in an economic bubble? I've been predicting something called the AI bubble, and not to the dot-com bubble in the 2000s. I don't know. It's hard to understand what's happening with the economy right now. I feel like I go on YouTube and one day somebody's like, I know for a fact we're about to hit a financial crisis, and then you look at the stock market and it keeps rising, and then someone else is like, no, we're actually, I don't know. It's hard to tell what's going to happen. To me, it feels like something's about to pop. That's just my opinion, but I don't really know. Thank you, Johnny W. Do you think the entire MAGA empire collapses when Trump is dead? No. It's too powerful. All the AI stuff will come crashing down someday? Maybe so. Maybe so. I mean, the thing about AI that a lot of people don't talk about is you need so much power and resources to power it. And, just look outside right now. I mean, at least, across the East Coast, it's been so hot. It's like, if we find ourselves in any sort of climate disaster situation, I mean, AI is going to be the first thing that blips off the power grid, Vance seems too boring and dry to create a cult-like following. I agree with that. But Vance is not necessarily MAGA. MAGA can exist without Vance. Thank you, Mercedes AMG. Philip H says, I have a gut feeling with all the incompetence in the Trump administration, something bad is going to happen. Whether it be attack or something like COVID, I have this existential dread. I get that. Trump is just the latest conductor of the MAGA train. I don't know if that's how I'd phrase it. I feel like he's definitely the creator of MAGA, but I think MAGA is a symptom of a lot of things that have preceded it. Have you ever read about how much water ChatGPT uses to answer the questions? I have, and that's what I'm saying. Like, if we hit some sort of water crisis or heat crisis or power crisis, I mean, No one's going to be like, we have to keep the AI online. You know what I mean? It's like, well, let's keep the AC on before we keep on the AI, you know? AC before AI. AC before AI. MAGA is self-perpetuating. Yeah, that's how I feel. I think the only reason people voted for him is because of his personality and his charisma. I don't think so. His personality, I mean, maybe they voted for him because he's not afraid to say and do crazy shit. I don't know if personality and charisma is the right words. Yeah, limited light. Ask AI. Say, like, if we ran into some sort of crisis where power was limited, right? Like, what should we save first, the AI or the AC? It'd be interesting if the AI said save the AC first. Even MAGA knew Trump was bad, but they think the far left has gotten even worse. I don't know if MAGA thinks Trump is bad. Honestly, I'm not sure about that. Because, like, here's the thing. If the American right, who eventually turned into MAGA, wanted Trump's policies without his personality and without his baggage, they could have just voted Ted Cruz or they could have voted Ron DeSantis, but they keep choosing Trump over and over again. Like, there's a reason for that. I don't exactly know what the reason is, but I think it shows that they are loyal to Trump in a way that they are not loyal to others, you know? Let's face it, AI is totally dependent on our power grid remaining operational. No doubt. I mean, a lot of our modern world is pretty much all of our modern world is dependent on the power grid remaining operational. Our lights, our AC, our computers, our phone, I mean, they're all based on the grid, right? Isn't there a phenomenon called the vividness effect? It explains Trump's popularity. Maybe. I've never heard of that. I wonder how Trump supporters feel about Caitlyn Jenner being allowed to use the women's bathroom at Mar-a-Lago. They have selective outrage, so they don't care about that, but they care about hypothetical gender fluid people, you know. His niece Mary raises Donald Trump's voice frequency so that it sounds like a woman. I did that in 2016 after he called Hillary Clinton shrill. Lady Trump sounded shrill to me 9 years ago. That's interesting. How do all of my peeps and the public feel about the fact that the federal government employees are not allowed to use AI? I don't know. I don't know. Would it help things? Probably. Would it create a lot of red flags? Probably. Susie K is here. Susie K. Everybody loves Susie K now. The vividness effect is a tendency for people to be more influenced by info that is emotionally engaging, concrete, and imagery provoking rather than more abstract and statistical information. Interesting. I've never heard that before, but that makes sense to me. Based on your knowledge, were the Dems and GOP always been this slim split in Congress? What happened? What has to happen in order for one party to win a landslide? I don't know. I don't know enough about Congress. I'm not an expert, and yeah, I don't know. I mean, seems like in my adult life it's been pretty split down the middle. How come Susie gets a song? I want a song. I'm getting a little jealous. You know, Susie just, you know, it was the right time, the right moment. It just came to me. You know, you can't force these things. It just kind of happened and it stuck, you know? You know, if it comes to me, it comes to me. You know, I've tried to make it stuff for other people. It just doesn't stick. Boy, your hair looks great. Oh, thanks, Nadine. Spoken like a true songwriter. Exactly. You know, you have to let the creativity you just hit you. You gotta let it flow with you. I look like I'm in the Marine Corps now. Attention! I had to get it cleaned up. I just had to. I FaceTimed my parents this morning and like literally like I was looking at myself in the FaceTime and my hair was I literally like a porcupine. It was like poof poof. Sam should lead the Lichtman Brigade. What is that? Oh, like some sort of marching band or something. Yeah, sometimes trolls gets trolls in the house. That's true. And again, that just came to me. Just kind of came to me. Times of economic inequality coincide with razor-thin elections. That's interesting. GOP relies on B's culture war issues while Dems get blindsided nonsense fighting. What's B's culture wars? I mean, I agree the GOP does rely on culture war, but I don't know what B's culture war means. Oh, BS culture war issues. I agree with you, Michael. I find it astonishing that so many Americans fall for this culture war BS. Honestly, sorry, did not mean to show my leg like that. Mercedes AMG says, new to the channel, energy of the people is fascinating here. Thanks, Sam and Professor Lichtman. Well, thanks for being new. Sam, do you support Newsom, German, and California in response to Texas? No. Welcome to Mercedes AMG. That's why I stay centrist. Why? Because of culture war stuff? They fall for culture war BS because they're bigots. I don't know why I find that funny. What is it? You guys want to see Kiko? Kiko, you want to say hi? Kiko is literally... I wish I could show you guys. He's literally like sleeping on his back with his feet in the air and his paws in the air like this. Yeah, you. Now he's looking at me. I don't really want to bother him. He looks so comfortable. And he was kind of acting wild like right before the stream started, and now he's like kind of chill, so I don't want to rile him up. I love when Kiko moves his head to the side like he wants to talk. It's the cutest thing ever. Trump kind of turned the charisma key with his style, but equally turned it off so hard to the left the misinformation won it in the end. I mean, my dad talks about this a lot. I think it's pretty simple. He is very charismatic to a very small percentage of the American public. So does that make you, generally and widely charismatic? Absolutely not. But does that give you a huge advantage? Absolutely. Because you've got, 30% base that's just never going to budge. And that's hugely beneficial in politics. Am I an only child? I have an older half-sister. The people seem to want to see you. Come here, Bubby. Come here. Now when I'm doing that, he's like lifting up his leg, like rub my belly. Rub my belly, rub my bell. Here, come here, Bubs. Come here. You just want me to rub your belly? Okay. He looks comfortable and he just wants me to rub his belly. So, to be honest, I still have to take him for a WAOK today. It was so hot. And then the show came around and right before the show, he was acting a fool because I think he was like, why didn't you take me for a WAOK today? So I'm going to act crazy. So I still need to do it. Sam, why did you say Dems shouldn't respond to Republicans' gerrymandering by gerrymandering their own blue states? Shouldn't we fight fire with fire? I don't think two wrongs make a right. I also don't have like a fully formed opinion on that, to be honest. Yeah, Trump does not have a dog. Big red flag. Okay. Can you sing the Susie song again, please? I missed it. Aaron Bells really wants the Susie song, okay? All right. Here we go. Susie K. Everybody loves Susie K now. Origins and Tall Tales is here. I haven't seen you in a while. How does Wall-E relate to our current situation in 2025? I've never seen Wall-E. To own any pets would require caring about someone other than yourself, which Trump does not. Good point. Oh, Julianne's here too. I know, I have to watch Wall-E. Everybody's like, oh, you haven't seen Wall-E? That's crazy. I know. You know who loved dogs? Hitler. That is true. But he only liked like purebred German shepherds, right? So like that tells you that was a red flag for sure. Having a dog or not having a dog does not determine your personality necessarily. I think, at least in my prediction, I think he doesn't have a dog because he's a germaphobe. People have reported that he's a big germaphobe. And that's my guess, is that he doesn't. And also, like Vladimir said, he doesn't care about anybody other than himself. The ruling class is taking AI seriously. What's the major threat? Under capitalist ownership, it will lead to inequality like we've never seen. Yeah, I hear that. I've also heard the opposite, that it's going to unlock this huge, freedom of information and, freedom of access. And you don't need to be a coder or a rich person to use AI. Time will tell. They kind of said the same thing about the internet, too. That was going to be this great equalizer. And I don't think it's done that. Reagan had 6 dogs. I mean, if you're the president, there's got to be someone taking care of the dogs for you, right? Keeks! You want to say hi to the people? You can see his tail wagging back there. You want to say hi? Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Hiya! Here he is. He got up, so I agree, Jaden. It's way too hot. Yeah, Yeah, I'm allergic to cats. So I like cats, but say hi to the people. They're over there. What do you have to say? Are you sleepy? You want to go for a walk? Uh-oh. I shouldn't have said that. Oh, no. You want to go for a walk? What time is it? All right, I think because I haven't given him a walk today, I'm going to have to go do that. It's already getting late. But I appreciate everybody hanging out. You know, Lichtman Live post show is actually my favorite part of the night. So, you know, Lichtman Live is all fun and all, but it's, you know, my dad's he's, you know, I'm more of just the technician, you know, asking questions, keeping things on the right path. Lichtman Live post show is where the real ish goes down, dog. Goodbye, Raul. I will see you later. Thank you, Veronica. Buenas noches. J. Carrion. Thank you, Susie K., our future president, President Khalidi. Have a good night, Jaden, Tim, Obsidian Knight, Mercedes AMG, Limited Light. Thank you all.